Hi everyone, I hope you guys are doing good. So, really briefly, quickly, somebody asked me for some pointers about meetings. So, I'm just gonna create this video for everyone's benefit. So, some things to remember. One, meetings are very expensive. So, before you go ahead and schedule a meeting, just remember that. And this is also very important. The key players, the people that can make decisions, the reason why you're making the meeting, if they can't show up to the meeting, then cancel the meeting. There's no reason to have a meeting with people that cannot make decisions on the items that you're going to discuss, which you need a decision for. Okay, it's gonna end up in a second meeting or a third meeting. Okay, so think about that. So some of the things you need to take into consideration when creating a meeting and sending out the invite are the following things. Do not have a meeting unless you really need to have one. Sometimes the meeting is not necessary. You can just turn around and talk to the person next to you, ask the question, and move on. Or, send a little message. I see this a lot. Sometimes the person is sitting right next to you and you prefer not to talk to a person and you call out a meeting. Not necessary. If there's no agenda, there's no meeting. You need to know what the topics are and you need to plan for the meeting. You need to know how much time it's gonna take to go over the topics, because you need to have an idea of what you're trying to accomplish in that meeting. Okay, is not the place to start brainstorming about what you want to talk in the meeting shouldn't be the meeting that you call. That should happen before. Remember that everyone's time is important, including your time. So be respectful with that. With that said, again, don't have a meeting unless you really need one. Start on time, end on time. People have other things to do. Now, there's a trick to this, okay? Sometimes we have meetings back to back and we don't allow enough time for people to get to the meetings on time, because we're starting meetings, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock on the clock. So make sure that you allow some wiggle time, say 10:10 or something like that, so that people can actually get to the place without having to hurry. And then end on time. Always, again, provide some buffer time to wrap up the meeting. And once you're finished discussing what the intention of the meeting was, end it. Thank you everyone for your time. Dismiss everyone, and now people are happy. You didn't use all their time. That's good. Only invite the people who really need to be there. Sometimes we have rooms full of people who doesn't necessarily need to be there. Okay? The people who are invited to meetings should have something to contribute, should be empowered to maybe make some decisions or brainstorm or talk about a topic. Should be people who are not ghosts, who do not like to participate. There's certain topics that shouldn't be discussed with everyone. So, like I said, the people invited should be responsible, accountable, and you should be able to consult on a particular topic if they're there. The environment that you should create around the meetings is constructive, open to discussion. People should not feel like, oh, I don't want to talk because if I say something, there's gonna be consequences to it. People being rude, or being made fun of, or like, oh, that's a stupid thing to say. People being sarcastic, stuff like that. So you also need to find a way to create balance between a constructive environment, and also there needs to be room to dissent, to not agree with something. That's part of the meetings too. Speak up. Let me know what you're thinking and why. Okay, share with us. Maybe you've had experience before. We haven't. Maybe we want to try something similar to what you did, but with a different twist. So here's out. So make sure you end the meeting well. Thank everyone for their time. And then the most important thing is go over what was discussed, go over what the tasks, the actions that need to happen after the meeting are, and who's responsible for those tasks and for when. Okay? And then who is going to follow up, or when is the follow up? By the way, for these kinds of meetings, the person who owns the meeting should also establish some rules, such as, we're gonna work through this agenda. This is the time that it's gonna take to work on these topics. I expect everyone to do or not do. Okay? Please turn off your phones, so please make sure your phones are vibrating or on silent. If you do need to take a call, please, walk outside the room. If somebody's typing on their computer, because that's the way they like to take notes, ask for people to let you know. You don't want people in your meeting doing other stuff, right? If they're there, they need to be there. So these are some pointers. There's a lot more that we can cover, but just as a quick guideline, somebody needs to own the meeting. There needs to be an agenda, and then there needs to be an end to the meeting, the conclusion. If everyone works out with our conclusion, then you should revisit what happened and why it didn't go well, and then change some of the rules around how to go about a meeting. Anyway, I hope this helps. If you have questions or observations or comments, let me know. I know I'm kind of going here, there, and everywhere, but I just wanted to share this really quickly. So anyway, bye. By the way, Merry Christmas to you all, because tomorrow's Christmas Eve. So if you do celebrate it, Merry Christmas. Bye.